Welcome to Talks and Readings. Today we're going to list the richest people in the world and their wealth from the year 2018. Number 1, Bill Gates. 72, actually no. No, actually we'll look at Forbes, the Forbes Rich list for 2022. Let's have a look here. How are we all doing tonight? It's always good to get your head around, the names of these people. You tend to always focus on the top 10 or the top 100, but you forget about these hundreds of billionaires who are maybe the 300th or 400th wealthiest in the world, but they still are so wealthy. Inequality is one of the themes of my series of videos, as it would be. I've been looking into, I thought I had lost these glasses, but I've been looking into new reading glasses, and I found this great vintage 80s, 90s oversized Pilot transparent brown reading glasses. They're awesome. Really cool. Really cool. Trying to get to this rich list. The world's billionaires, the richest in 2022. Come on, Forbes. We got it. Okay. Number 1, Elon Musk. Net worth $221.5 billion. So that's 221.5 million. His change, he's gone up 333 million. I don't know if it was that in the last 5 minutes or so. Was it Elon? Age 51, so he's very young. Second, Bernard Arnault and family is the second richest person in the world. Significantly lower fortune here. 159.5 billion. He's actually down 1.8 billion. His age, he's 73, and he is the LVMH head. Jeff Bezos is actually number 3 now. He's down too. He's worth $134.4 billion. You might think people with $100 million are rich, and they are. You might even think people with $10 million are rich, and I guess they are too. But not millionaires anymore. Millionaires are a dime a dozen. Jeff Bezos has $134.4 billion at age 58. And once you've got that sort of money, it keeps going up and up. Gautam Adani, number 4. Now we're getting obscure. We haven't so much heard this guy's name. If you were Indian, you probably would have, but Gautam Adani, $131.2 billion. Bill Gates, $101.9 billion. Warren Buffett is the investor genius. He too has $101.2 billion. Then there's Larry Ellison of Oracle, $100 billion. So that's 100,000 million. So you might think a million is a lot. Imagine having 100,000 millions. You might be able to go out for dinner, huh? Mukesh Ambani, 88.3 billion. So now we're on a lower rung already. We're on the people who don't quite have 100 billion. Mukesh Ambani, diversified, 65, 88.3 billion. Carlos Slim Helu and family, telecommunications, I think, in Mexico, $81.3 billion. Larry Page, he's got a property in New Zealand, guys. $80.4 billion to play with. Sergey Brin, also from Google or Alphabet, $77.2 billion. No, they're just like you and I, guys. They just want private lives, you know. Michael Bloomberg, $76.8 billion. Steve Ballmer, $75.2. First woman on the list, she's the 14th richest as of right now, Francois Bettencourt Myers and family, $64.3 billion. Zhong Shang Shan is the richest Chinaman at $62.4 billion. Now we have the Waltons. They're a family business. Jim Walton, $60.5 billion. Rob Walton, $59.2 billion. Amancio Ortega from Spain, the richest Spaniard, $58.4 billion. Alice Walton, $58.3 billion. Charles Koch, right-wing investor and lobbyist, $56.8 billion. Julia Koch and family, $56.8 billion. Now, have you heard of this guy? David Thompson. Simple name, but not such a simple bank balance. He's a media tycoon from Canada with $49.7 billion. Zhan Yiming, TikTok fame, $49.5 billion. Michael Dell, Dell Technologies, $49.3 billion. Rodolphe Sade and family, shipping, a French shipping tycoon. Has a personal fortune of $41.4 billion and is the 25th richest person in the world. John Mars, 26th richest, $37 billion. Candy and pet food. Candy and pet food treated him well. Jacqueline Mars, she also has $37 billion. Phil Knight, good old Phil Knight and family, $36.8 billion. Zuckerberg, $36 billion, but he's lost a significant fortune recently, and he's lost $11.1 billion. But the guy's younger than me. He's 38. Giovanni Ferrero, $33.2 billion. That's the Ferrero candy family, the family that brought you Nutella. Ooh, bene, Nutella, love it. Nutella chocolates, Italy. He deserves every dollar. He deserves every euro, doesn't he? Mackenzie Scott, divorcee of she's 32.8 billion. Li Ka-shing, Hong Kong, richest Hong Kong guy, $32.5 billion. B.T. Heister and Carl Albrecht Jr. and family, 31.8 billion. Supermarket chain, Germany. Francois Pinault and family, another luxury goods tycoon from France. Arnault's competitor, 31.6 billion. Ken Griffin, the biggest hedge funds man of the United States, 30.4 billion. Len Blavatnik, music, chemicals. $30.3 billion, United States. What if we could nationalise, what if we could socialise all this wealth? Jeff Yass, from trading and investments in the United States. Obviously, he'll be not wanting to pay much tax. $30 billion. Gerard Wertheimer. He's worth a lot, Heimer. 29.8 billion. The Chanel fortune. Elaine Wertheimer. Again, Chanel. 29.8 billion. Robin Zeng. Batteries tycoon from Hong Kong. He's worth $29.6 billion. Now we have the guy from Wall Street, Steven Schwarzman, 29 billion. Investments, he's 75. Nice little nest egg you got there, Steven. Richest Japanese man, Tadashi Yanai and family, 28.4 billion. Fashion and retail. Jim Simmons, or Jim Simons, 28.1 billion. Hedge funds. Klaus Michael Kuhn, shipping fortune in Germany. He's amassed the personal fortune of 27.6 billion. Li Shaoqi, Hong Kong, 27.5 billion. Gina Reinhardt, our girl over the ditch, richest woman in the world. Well, actually not the richest woman in the world, but one of the richest women in the world. $26.8 billion to spend tonight. So she might be able to go out for dinner tonight. 68, and she's a mining magnate. Andrei Melnichenko, 26.6 billion. Vladimir Potanin, metals, Russia, 26.4 billion. Miriam Adelson and family, casinos, 25.9 billion. Dieter Schwartz, retail, Germany, 25.5 billion. Vladimir Listen, he's got a fortune of $25.4 billion from steel and transport. Thomas Petterfee, 25.3 billion. Discount brokerage. Leonid Mikhelson, 67, gas and chemicals giant from Russia, 24.4 billion. Another rich Indian, software services. Software services equals India. Shiv Nadar, $23.8 billion. Ma Huateng, China, internet media, $23.5 billion. German Laria Mota Velasco and family, mining from Mexico, $23 billion. Guillaume Posaz, $23 billion. Fintech, Switzerland. So perhaps the richest fintech guy. So that would be like, would that be like virtual money, or what do they call it? Fintech. Budi Hartono, the richest Indonesian in the world. $23 billion. Banking and tobacco is where he made his fortune. Suzanne Clatton, BMW and pharmaceuticals, from Germany, $22.9 billion. Harold Ham and family, $22.4 billion. Oil and gas, United States. Michael Hartono, banking and tobacco, Indonesia, $22.1 billion. How long, should I go on with this? You've probably all... I'm going to stop now. We can carry on. But it's a great list, right? Great list.